everyone. I'm Mark DeGrasse with the In the Garage podcast. We're here at SEMA 2023 at the WeatherTech booth, and we're talking to
Rick Herman.
Rick Herman. You just told me my name. I totally forgot it.
That's okay.
That's pretty typical.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. It's a jungle out there.
It is. There's so many. Anyways, so we're talking truck liners today.
Yeah.
I know you guys just came up with a new one. I'm sure there's still a lot of truck drivers out there that have kind of like not made that jump to getting a liner, even though you completely need it most of the time,
Yeah.
from my experience having a truck. Let's just start with, why do people get truck liners, and why don't manufacturers, do their job and put those in for you?
Well, I think when you look at the market today and you just look at when people are investing in their vehicle, trucks are not cheap. And now you're looking at, trucks on the low end that are in that $60,000 range to now trucks that are retailing over $100,000 range.
Easy.
And so as you look at how people buy those trucks become an extension of themselves. And this is really worldwide when you think about it. So, I think there's three basic reasons people engage in accessories. I think there's things that protect, things that clean, things that organize. And when we look at having a truck, personally, my truck is my baby. I don't want it to be scratched. I want it to be clean. When I put stuff in the back of my truck, I don't want that truck bed to be gouged, because it's kind of an extension of some of our personalities or our anal retentiveness in some cases, But I think that's it. And we just want the vehicle to continue to look good. And when you look at all portions of the truck, from the interior, from what we do on the interior to what we do on the exterior, people just want to make sure that truck is going to look good for a long time and just maintain its value.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, and if you are a truck guy or any kind of car guy or gal,
100%.
it's pretty embarrassing to have your bed banged up, and it's pretty frustrating. Now, I know there are a bunch of different types of truck liner. What's the difference, and what are kind of some of the issues that you guys saw when you're developing this new one?
You look at the truck bed protection market, and really back in the mid 80s, the first product that really came out that set the nation by storm was a drop-in bed liner. And they ran a commercial during the Super Bowl. They dropped a bunch of bricks in it, and that really set the bed protection market on its ear.
I think I remember that commercial.
Absolutely. And it was one of those deals where, as an enthusiast, when you look at it, like, oh my God, this is on the Super Bowl. And then, you start really on the low end, which is was basically a rubber bed mat. And that rubber bed mat is a lower cost, really a low quality product, but it does its job. It's there because it's going to protect the bed, but it's very narrow as far as how it covers, etc. Then you have currently the drop-in bed liner that is, the price has gone up on that. You've got the spray-in, which is a huge part of this market. But now we've got a product that kind of niches in the fact that we started with a product a number of years back called the Tech Liner, which was a thermoform product. And now, by the investments that we made in manufacturing, we have injection molding machines that actually can now injection mold a bed mat. And WeatherTech's the only company that does that.
Wow. Is it a complicated process, or why would you guys be the only ones?
Yeah, it is. Well, first of all, it's an expensive process,
Okay.
and the equipment to inject. We've got I think it's a 3,750 ton injection molding machine, and when you look at an injection molded process, you have what's called a core and cavity mold, and those molds we make out of billet aluminum, and then they have steel blackers. There's all kinds of prep work that you do to make that mold, but basically those molds are put together under pressure, and you inject the material under a liquid form. So liners, is one thing, but when you start talking about the size of a bed, you don't just inject in one location. So, we had to develop and engineer a runner system that allows that material to be shot in different portions of that material or that mold. But the great thing about it is it makes a product that is such high quality that it's something that when the consumer makes the investment in a WeatherTech product, they're proud of it. And they feel good because they've spent their hard-earned money and they bought the best product on the market, and it's made in America.
No, I love that. Well, there's nothing more, beneficial just for your lifestyle and, your mindset in terms of your car, buying something where you're like, that was worth it. I use that all the time. I see the benefit all the time, and I feel good about that.
Well, anytime you can reinforce your dollars invested, it's a good thing.
Yes.
And this is a product that you can, And the fact is, when you lay it in the bed, it's digitally fit to the truck bed. So there's not a bed liner out there. There is a bed mat out there that's digitally fit and digitally measured to the bed, so it's going to really cover every nook and cranny. We're the only ones that do that, and that's really neat. So you don't lose really, the personality of the bed, you would say, between all the highs and lows and the bolts, etc. So it fits in so well, and then it goes on, the side of the bed 3 inches. So you've got some side protection in there, and then we actually introduced and engineered this buckle and snap system to where it holds it to the front of the bed. So if you don't have a tonneau cover or some type of bed cover, when the wind goes over and buffets over the cab, it holds itself into place. So it's not going to blow out. And needless to say, nobody wants that. That's not a feature that anybody's promoting, but it happens.
It happens well, and then people, truck owners especially, probably have
Absolutely.
had that happen before. And there's nothing worse than showing up somewhere and be like, the truck bed looks different for some reason, and I don't know why. But and just for the people who don't know about product development, it's not just one mold that you had to make.
No. You're making molds for really every bed. So like the current generation that we have out is for the F-150, and there's 2 molds that it takes because they created what's called an onboard generator. So we have one that fits the 15 through 23, and then another part number that fits the 21 through 23. And we'll be coming out with the Silverados and the Sierras and the Rams, and we'll get into the Toyotas. Believe it or not, we're even going to get into the Mavericks. So we're going to have a full complement of applications for this. And again, the great product is people understand WeatherTech quality. They're going to invest in that because they know it's going to do do the right thing to help protect their bed.
Love it. Means something. Brand means something.
100%.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Now, for the other brands, or just not other brands, but just other, those drop-in liners that you're talking about, what are some of the issues that they have? Do they, like you said, blowing off?
Well,
does their mold?
They're slick.
Slick.
Most of the bed liners, and even the one that they came out with texture, are slick. And so stuff tends to slide around on the back of your bed. So you have a quick stop, everything transfers to the front of your bed. A quick takeoff, everything transfers to the back. So, that's really kind of one of the issues. People want to be able to put stuff in their bed and have it stay in place. And so we've really created a unique texture on the top of the ribs of the bed that really do a great job of holding things into place. And we're the only ones that do that. We have impact rings on the bottom of that, and it's really unique because as you throw things in the bed, these impact rings will basically help protect it. But furthermore, it also keeps the mat off the bed, so it allows it to breathe. Bed liners and rubber bed mats are notorious about trapping water underneath them. And again, the longer water sits, what happens?
Mold.
And rust.
Fun stuff. And rust.
And Rust
I didn't even
is
think
not
about
your
rust.
friend. Rust isn't your
That's
friend.
even worse.
Remember that time Rust came up and said to you, I want to be your friend? What did you tell it?
No way.
No, you're not going to be my friend.
No, that's fantastic. Well, and the fact that you guys have thought through all of those different things, and how long have you been making bed liners?
So we actually brought the first prototype to the SEMA show last year, and officially we introduced them really late summer. So this is just a brand new product that WeatherTech came out. But we're blessed in the fact that, number one, our product development team is simply amazing. They're enthusiasts. They really work to garner data as far as what the consumer wants. We have an owner that will invest in the equipment that's going to make the best product available. And it's not a small investment that he makes, but he's passionate about the industry and has been since 1989 when he started the company.
No, it's well, and I think it shows. You always know those companies when they aren't run by somebody like that, and then it doesn't. You don't maintain that quality, and it's tough.
The industry has changed in the fact there's been a lot of consolidations and big corporate ownership, and the fact of the matter is WeatherTech is owned by one person. And that one person today has the same commitment to the automotive aftermarket that he did 34 years ago. So the fact is that he knows that people want the best products out there. He understands that while there's different price points and there's different budgets that people have, we try to create products that allow everybody to engage in our brand. That's important.
Oh yeah. Well, and I think it's really admirable that he's maintained that because you don't have to come out with new products when you're already making a lot of products and a lot of money, and so you could just rest. But you guys have the new truck liner, and then you also have a new box system, which I thought you could.
Well, that's that new. It's called the CargoTech Pro, and we actually introduced the CargoTech. Probably 8 or 9, 10 years ago, and it's just a 4-corner system that you can put to help basically hold things in the back of SUVs, CUVs, and it's a 2-shot what we call an overmolded process. So the top of the product is a harder plastic, the bottom is a softer, more tactile material, so it creates friction no matter what surface it sits on. So what we did is we basically took that, put it on steroids, and we now have the Pro that allows you to use it individually, or you can attach 1x4s, 1x6s, or 2x4s and 2x6s to that product to custom design storage for the back of your bed. And it's really, really going to be a neat product.
Yeah. Well, actually, you want to show it?
Oh my gosh!
If you're listening, we'll put the link on here. But
we will describe
the box. We'll describe
tremendous detail.
It's not a giant box.
No. And so this is obviously one. And then there'll be ability to buy them in either 2 sets of 2 or 4. And basically what you have is you've got a hard plastic top. with a tactile bottom. What you have in here is you have these quick turn cam locks, and what these do is they help lock the wood material to the actual product itself. So you've got 2 lower holes, so you can use a 1x4 that can go down the slot on the sides, or then you've got a top or higher level that you can put a 1x6 on the side. Now, if you wanted to make something really sturdy, we actually have screw holes on the inside here where you can actually screw 2x material that as well. And then on the top, you have openings where you can attach bungee cords, cinch straps, etc., to help secure your load. And then again, these cam locks basically just turn and lock the material to the product itself.
Good to go. No, that's so neat because you don't always need the same size box for one, and also if you have to pay for the shipping of that box and that the weight and everything involved with it, this is fantastic.
The value just keeps on coming.
It does.
That's true.
It seems like you guys have a focus on that, and I'm sure everybody appreciates it.
The fact is, again, we sweat the details, and that's what David McNeil talks about consistently. What are we doing to make sure that we create that best product out there? What are we doing to create a convenient buying experience? How do we allow the consumer to find our products, whether they choose our brick and mortar retailers that they can find on WeatherTech.com by just going to our dealer locator, or buying online as well. But at the end of the day, we just want to make any purchase of our products extremely convenient and easy.
Well, I think it proves, this new development proves it. I think the truck liner sounds amazing. And I really like the backstory of how you guys kind of developed, and it really goes in line with
it. Really is a neat story because it's about American innovation. And, I get to watch that History Channel, and I watch about how all these businesses came about back, 100 years ago. And quite frankly, David McNeil is truly a guy that innovates. And he just does an amazing job. And we've got, I think, 1,500 employee plus now, and you feel blessed to work for this company. You really do. You feel like every day you have the opportunity to make a difference. You know that you're appreciated, but then again, you also know that there's a responsibility that each employee has, and we've got to deliver our best performance every day. And you feel good about that, and I know that our sales team and the people here you see at the show, and again all the people back that make our products, they feel the same way.
Well, I can tell that you do as well.
Yes.
You know everything about the product. You know the history of the company. You know everything, and I think
we always can learn more.
Yeah, you can, but you don't have to learn anything.
That's right. But you choose to learn.
You choose.
That's right.
It's a decision.
Correct.
So,
That's correct.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, great to be on today.
We'll keep on, featuring your products. Looking forward to adding that to CarParts.com, and we'll be talking again soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.